Wow.
Woo! That's how we starting it off, Doc.
Yeah, that's how we started, straight out the gate.
Straight out the gate like that, man.
That's how we coming, man. That's how we coming, man.
And look, you told me that Jones smash, but I underestimated it, man. That Jones smash is for real right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was, to me, man, that was the coming out party. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That was the coming out party.
Hey, look, man, welcome to the channel, everybody. Meet me on the 50, man. We are back at it with the Director's Corner. Tonight we got Dr. Everson Martin from Alcorn State. You know what I'm saying? Show him some love in the comments, man. You know, it's been a long time coming right here, man. So I appreciate you being on the show, sir.
Man, definitely, man. Glad to be here, man.
So if y'all saw that song that just came on, so this was actually Dr. Martin. I call you Dr. Martin or Dr. Ed. Which one we call you?
Yeah, man, that's fine, man. That's cool, man. Dr. Martin, that's cool. Ed is cool, man.
I'm gonna keep it professional. You know what? I'm gonna keep it professional all night. We Dr. Martin it all night, man. Dr. Martin.
That'll work.
All right. So man, that was your arrangement right there, huh?
Yes, sir.
What year you write that?
Yeah. That was 14, man. That was 2014. I actually, man, really to be honest, man, just kind of was, you know, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, so I mean, you know, that's when that last little album had came out, and me and Sterling, I think we might have been tripping out over the summer or something. I had to go work a little high school band camp somewhere, and I just kind of spit it out. You know what I'm saying? We tested out at the high school camp, and I forgot what town we was in, man, and it hit. So we was like, man, we got to play this in the fall, and it just took off. You know, like I said, that's kind of like our coming out party, like letting folks know, like, okay, Alcorn got a little something this year.
Yeah. I mean, that was a strong year too. You said 2014, right?
Yeah, it was 2014, man. I got to Alcorn in 2012. That's when they brought me on, and it took me a little while to kind of get used to, you know what I'm saying, just being at the collegiate level. You know, I was a high school band director for 7 years prior. Oh. And yeah. So it, you know, I kind of had to work my way up, man. And you know, when they hired me, man, it took me a little while to get going, but 2014, I think that's when I started turning that corner, man, and the band was feeding off it and everything. So yeah.
I mean, 2 years. That's about that's a short term. That's a short turnaround right there, man. So for you to get into the groove of things that quickly, man, you on your job. So where are you originally from?
Man, I'm originally from Lafayette, Louisiana. Born and raised. Shout out to the 337, Louisiana, the whole area, Southwest Louisiana. Yeah. But yeah, I'm born and raised, man, Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yeah. So you began playing the horn. Well, first of all, what's your primary instrument?
My primary instrument is saxophone, man. I'm a sax player.
Same here.
Yeah, man. People be thinking I play trombone or something, but nah, man. I'm a sax player, man. That's my love. You know what I'm saying? And man, I started playing the band early on, man, 5th, 6th grade back home. So, you know, and it just continued, you know.
So Lafayette, that's like in the middle between that's right in the middle between Houston and Baton Rouge, pretty much right there in the middle.
Right. Yeah. We're about 2.5, 3 hours from Houston, and we only like 45 minutes, 50 minutes from Baton Rouge. So yeah. It's Southwest Louisiana.
So what high school you went to out there?
I went to Northside, man. Shout out to Northside High School in Lafayette, Louisiana. One of my good friends, one of my best friends, he the band director over there, Al Thomas. I went to, and then back then we was Corpstar. It was Corpstar High School.
Oh,
but since then, man. So I got the background in Corpstar as well, man. So, but since then, man, he done changed it up, and they really doing it out there in the show style game.
Yeah. So Northside.
Mm-hmm. Northside High School, and yeah, that's where I went.
I heard a bad echo. Y'all hear an echo over there?
Nah, we good on this end.
Hey, in the comments, y'all hear an echo?
Nobody tuned in, dog. They didn't want to see me.
Let me try it again.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Look taller. So yeah, they got an echo.
Oh, she on there?
Hey, Turner, you got any headphones, Doc?
Yeah. But we need to turn we need to turn on something. We gonna. Do we need to turn on the TV? Or?
I think we good.
We good.
Hey, y'all, we good now?
Let me go see what Twala here.
Hey, is the echo still there, y'all? It came back. Whatever you just did.
It's good or
Nah,
what?
you just hit something. Whatever y'all just did, it came back.
We
Turn it.
Let me see something.
It might be because of the TV.
Hold on, let me see if I could. What we need to do. What about it now?
Yeah, it's only when I say something.
But then I would need.
Oh, we good. Nah, take it back. Take it back.
You have to what?
Let's see.
All right, let me keep talking. I'm gonna keep talking.
What about now?
Check. Testing 1, 2. That's good.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Hey, look, we ain't got no Teddy Riley stuff going on over here, y'all. Let's meet me on the 50.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. But look. So you went to Northside High School. You said it was a core style band. So
Northside and Lafayette.
how'd you get into the show style of playing there? When you went to Southern?
Man, to be honest, like we was just at the time, man, we were just country kids, you know what I'm saying? We wanted to mimic what we seen on TV for the Bayou Classic and for Mardi Gras, the bands used to come down and stuff. But we were just country kids just trying to do it or whatever. So yeah. I didn't really get my first taste until they had a community band that was started out there in Lafayette by Miss Janelle Shagwai, and she started it, and she got Mr. J to come through, the band director at Southern. She got Mr. Jackson to come through, and man, it blew our mind, man. So from there, we was like, yeah, we got to go to Southern. We gotta, So after high school, man, that's where I went,
So you started your career as a bandsman. You said you was 5 or 6, or you was in the 5th or 6th grade. You said when you first picked up a horn.
I was in the 5th or 6th grade when I started playing saxophone.
I about to say 5 years old, 6 years old, but that's not uncommon for Louisiana bandsmen. Y'all come out the womb playing, man.
Yeah, man, it's big. It's either sports or band. I'm not even gonna lie. I think it's still like that today, man. Every time I go back home, folks either excited about band or sports.
Yeah. So give us a quick rundown, man. The programs that Dr. Martin has touched, man. Where you been? You said you played. You was at high school, and then you.
Well, I went to Southern University, graduated from Southern. Matter of fact, I wasn't even graduated yet, man. I had got the job. I was still student teaching. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Glen Oaks. I was a student teacher over there in Baton Rouge, man. I was student teaching, and I didn't even have a car, man. I got dropped off to my interview or whatever at St. Martinville High School in St. Martinville, Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And I was the band director there for 7 years, from 2005 to 2012. And then in 2012, man, somebody knew somebody, and then I got plugged. I got linked up with Dr. Murray, man, Dr. Renardo Murray. Mm-hmm. And then, man, he was like, man, come down for interview. Man, I came down, and he just was like, look, I'm finna do something special here. Shouts out to Dr. Murray, man. He was the band director at Jackson State 2009 and 2010. Mm-hmm. And he had just got hired at Alcorn the year after that in 2011. So I came down spring 2012. We interviewed and everything, man. I liked him. He had liked me. We hit it off, man. More than anything, man, he just wanted a friend, somebody to be down with him and like turn the band program around. Like he always say, like, man, we need to redefine Alcorn. Let's redefine Alcorn. So he was like, you ready? I was like, let's do it. And, I moved out here, lock, stock, and barrel. Came through. Yeah, that's when I started at Alcorn.
But you know what? You said something important, man. I think people overlook, man. You said that y'all had built chemistry first, man, and then y'all decided to make. Yeah. And it's like, you ever come across somebody who was very proficient at what they did, but the chemistry wasn't there? You know what I'm saying? You wonder why. You see certain programs that had these all-star arrangers, directors, but if they ain't clicking, the program's it's not going to grow, man.
I think, man, you got to have like a mutual respect, man. Mm-hmm. And this may sound, and I'm not trying to throw nothing out there, whatever, but everybody can't be the alpha male. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Sometimes, man, it may require you just kind of maybe stepping back, playing your role or something like that, and just having a mutual respect for your position and the people that you work with, those above you, those below you, those on the same level with you. It may require some of that, man. So, like I said, man, when I came out for the interview, like he needed a friend more than anything, man. He just wanted to redefine the program, and I was able to meet Mr. Samuel Griffin, man. Shouts out to Mr. Griffin, man. Lord rest his soul. He's the founder of SOD. One of the longest tenured band directors. He became band director at Alcorn in 1969, man. And I was able to, the year and a half before he retired, man, I was able to learn from him as well. You know, and he was all about life, man, like making sure, you know, I was straight, you know, and stuff like that. He was like, the music gonna come, the arrangements gonna come, teaching gonna come. He was like, make sure, you know, you straight and you understand the kids, you know. So
that's
man,
leadership,
them first 2 years, them first 2 years was more learning for me than anything.
That's a leader, though, man. That's a leader, man. A leader always knows that you never supposed to be the smartest man in the room. You supposed to have the people around you supposed to be your experts, man. You know what I'm saying? And you notice every successful program, he surrounded himself, meaning the director, surrounded himself with all of the, you're gonna have your pawns, you're gonna have your rooks and all that, but he's a master at that chess game. You know what I'm saying? So you can't do everything by yourself, is all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man. It's tough, man. And you know, even now, man, we got a team that's I'm gonna bring them on in a little bit. They sitting to the side, Mr. Sterling and Mr. Harvey. But even now, man, I think that's what makes it work for us, because we all get along, like we all brothers and friends, like outside of this band stuff. Like, you know, even if we wasn't doing this interview, we probably would have still been hanging out or something, talking about recruitment or band or music or something like that. So
true band
it goes a long way. Yeah.
So what is Dr. Martin, man? What do you bring to the band world, man? First of all, what do you bring? What do you bring to Alcorn State? First of all, SOD.
Man, I bring a lot of things, man. I'm a workhorse. That's the way I look at it. I'm a workhorse. I'm, you know, hey, look, if something need to be done, like I'm finna do it. That's just me. That's been my nature. That's been like my work ethic for a long time. You know, whether this was drill writing, whether it was writing music, whether it's just building rapport with the kids. Lately, I've been big on just like the camaraderie and just like being inclusive with the kids, you know, and having us have that family environment. You know, and of course I bring excitement. You know, I get a little crazy. I know sometimes I be going off and stuff like that, but it's all in love, man. Yeah, man. You know, they did the old TikTok on me and all this other stuff.
Oh, I missed that. Hold on, I gotta look it up. What's it called?
We ain't gonna talk about it too much, but you know, but it's all out of love, man. It's all out of passion. You know, I just really want the program to excel. I want the best for the kids, the best for the band. So I bring a lot of excitement and passion, man. That's my thing. You know, I try to turn up with them too. You know.
Yeah. I mean, you making your mark, obviously, man. So what do you think you bring to the overall, you know, the big picture, man, the HBCU culture in general?
Oh, man, I think, to be honest, man, difference. I like I always say, dare to be different. You know, and I'm just putting it out there, man. You know, kids nowadays, man, everybody want to go to the big thing. Everybody want to be, you know, boom. Everybody want to be a Juke. Everybody want to, you know, some folks want to go to the newest schools that's coming to the mix now. But I'm like this, man. Go ahead on and come to Alcorn. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like we trying to put our program in everybody's face. You know what I'm saying? We trying to put us out there. It's a good school, good band program, the whole nine. And I think just about a revival, man. Cause to be honest, man, it was a while when, man, folks didn't even know who the hell Alcorn was.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Look where you are, though. I mean, it's like you are smack dab geographically in the middle of, I want to say, two of the biggest powerhouse bands. You got Jackson State, you got Southern right there. So it's like, it's a challenge, man. I mean, it's definitely a challenge, you know, as far as recruitment. You know, my hat's off to you, because I mean, you keep a solid program. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, let me just tell you a quick story, man. I remember, like I told you, I got hired in 2012, man. I remember getting out there on the road recruiting in 2012 and 2013, man, and folks was laughing at me, man. Folks was laughing, like seriously laughing, like, man, Alcorn. They didn't even know who he was, man. You know what I'm saying? And then to see the progression through the last few years, man, and to check us out now, man. And, you know, we got folks hitting us up, man. You know, we got folks want to transfer from their respective schools. We got folks knocking down the door to come. You know, it's just a blessing, man. You know what I'm saying? It's really a underdog story, man. And that's why sometimes I get a little heated when folks be hating on us, man. But you know, it comes with it. we doing our
Well,
thing.
I think what it is, man, you can call it hate, but it's like it's recognition also, man, because y'all stay with the smoke. Like y'all want the smoke from whoever it is. And like you got some bands
Yeah,
who played a humble role or kind of,
right.
they'll come at you only if you come at them kind of thing. But y'all ready for whoever,
Yeah.
man.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah,
So
yeah. We I mean, like it's it's the attitude. It's the attitude. It's the aggression. It's the passion. You know what I'm saying? We get kids, and like I'm glad you said that too. Geographically, we get kids from all over, man. Our kids are not just from one distinct location, man. They from all over.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So we trying to marry all those different personalities and attitudes, and try to get them to have that love for Alcorn. And one of the things we pride ourselves on is the turn up. Like they with it. We'll look. We ain't afraid of nobody.
Yeah. Now, when we talked on the phone a few days ago, man, we I kind of touched on it, but we got into the topic of media presence, social. I mean,
Uh-huh.
band media teams and things like that. Just you gave me your answer, I believe, but just give the people the same answer. So, what's your thoughts on band media? The importance of band media as far as a presence, man.
I
SOD has
think
a media team, don't they?
yeah, we do. I think, man, I think it's awesome what it has done for the culture. You even think back a short amount of time ago, like maybe about 8, 9 years ago, it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't nowhere near what it is now. And that's shout out to folks like you and everybody else, man. Rogers Brothers that's doing their thing, and
Mm-hmm.
and Killer Kev, man. All the media teams out there, man. It's amazing what it has done for the culture. Now sometimes it could be at a detriment because now you kind of like in the spotlight at all times. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you really got to be on your A game. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes stuff get out there you may not like, or you may not, but that just forces you to be better.
Mm-hmm.
But man, for the culture, man, I'm talking about it's crazy. Like being a kid now, high school or something like that, coming up in the band culture, in the band world today, where you got like all access.
Right.
Like man, these kids know the entire Golden Girl squad. They know their first and last name,
Crazy.
home address, and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like
Crazy.
they know because of the media.
Yeah.
The media teams and everything like that. So I think it's awesome, man.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, just to piggyback on what you said, so like with social media, it exposes every little thing about your band program, man.
Right,
I
right,
mean,
right.
you got a camera right there in front of one trumpet player. He missed a note. Oh, you heard Encore, all
Oh
this stuff.
yeah.
It's like it's you can't mess up, man. But not only that, it's the scrutiny is placed on the director too, man. It's like
Oh yeah.
several directors who might go through different kind of hardships. It's like
Exactly.
your personal life is no longer personal, man. So it's like, how do you navigate that as a director, man? You got
Man,
that spotlight on. Uh-huh.
yeah, what we've had to do, and I know I'm not alone with this. I'm pretty sure all band directors we've had to actually incorporate that into our teaching in terms of constantly reminding the kids that hey, you're under a microscope. You know what I'm saying? In terms of constantly reminding the kids
Mm-hmm.
of being mindful of what could happen. You know what I'm saying? Before it was like, man, let's just play a song, let's just blow a song, or let's just perform. Now you got to think about all these other layers and factors that'll be scrutinized, whether you do well, whether you do not so well. So it forces us to reinforce those things whenever we teaching a song, whenever we on the podium, whenever we just, we could just be talking to the band, giving a lecture or something. We got to incorporate those things because that's what it is. We in the social media age.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so just changing gears a little bit here, man. So, if y'all just tuning in, man, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like, comment, man. Tell Dr. Martin you appreciate him being on the channel, man. He takes
Man, how I see the live comments, man. Can I
time out of
press
his
it?
schedule, man. Yeah, you should see him on the side. If not, hey, look at him on your phone. There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. All right, so
Man, shouts out to Bridget. Shouts out to Bridget, man. She's a real strong supporter of the SOD. She be holding it down for us, man. It's a lot of people, man. Shouts out to Gmo, man. I see all my folks out here. Oh,
hey,
man, I got my student arrangers on here, too. Look, after I get the directors on here, man, we got to talk about, man, my student arrangers, man, and what we be trying to do. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing we be trying to do for the culture, man. Trying to get some of these younger cats out here. These cats are talented.
all right, hey, real quick, man. So I need you to pass a word on to somebody for me.
Okay.
You know King, man, Lonzo King.
Yeah. I talked to him this morning. Yeah.
Tell him I got the smoke for him. I got something on here on live, in front of Dr. Martin. I got that smoke for you, King. All right, man. Nah, that's my boy, bro. That's my boy. All
That's
right,
my
man.
dude, man. Lonzo been with me a long time.
Yeah, he has. I saw he got him on the podium, man, doing some jazz directing, man. That's dope.
Yeah. He was the student conductor for the jazz band this year, and he did a good job, man.
That's cool. Yeah. All right, so let me switch the gears real quick. So we gotta really just talk about it briefly, but you often hear, I guess, the comparisons. Some of the similarities between Alcorn and Jackson State, just based off of just the marching style or the drum major similarities. How do you break out of that? Just say, how do you get past that similarity conversation, man?
What I tell the kids, and what the director before me would tell the kids, and what Mr. Griffin would tell the kids would be, the best thing we could do is be a good Alcorn. Mm-hmm. We're not trying to be like anybody else, even though, like you said, the styles may be real similar in terms of the drum majors, in terms of some of the intricate things with the dance teams between the J-Sets and the Golden Girls, and even the drum lines, WT and TOP. But we try to stay true to history. Mm-hmm. We're thankful to have a strong alumni support team, and the kids, man, they've embraced our history and tradition. So we try to keep some of those things that are strictly Alcorn. Mm-hmm. But like I said, we gon' how the conversation go. If the drum majors do one little move, hey, they trying to be J5. And not to say it like this, man, it's hard for us to shake that stuff. And I'm watching. I'm at practice daily. I've been here the last 8 years. I'm watching our drum majors create something and do something different.
Well, you know what
I'm saying?
You know what? I heard from several SOD members that style was actually created by Alcorn, man. Now I got to do my homework on it, but I heard it several times that style is not J5, man.
I'm gonna look. I got Mr. Harvey. I'm gonna bring him on a little bit. He's actually a former drum major of Alcorn, currently assistant band director and arranger. And yes, he will tell you, like a lot of that style and from the marching to the routines, yes, that did originate at Alcorn. Same way with a lot of those dance moves and the things that's done with the dance team. Mm-hmm. That started at Alcorn State University. Yeah. It's just that people get caught up in the hype, man, and all it takes is one person to be like, oh man, they trying to be like Jackson. Then everybody run with it. Mm-hmm. But a lot of that stuff did originate at Alcorn State University.
There you go. So, hey, you in the comments, you watching this, you heard it right here first, man. You heard it here, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring my man, y'all going on. Come on, join in, man. Let me get my staff up here with me, man.
All right.
Come on, y'all come on and join in, man. It's I ain't about hogging all the spotlight, man. These guys really put it down too. So and they'll tell you as well, man. A lot of that stuff started at Alcorn, man. It really started off.
What's going on, fellas? Hey, who we got left or right here? Who we got right here, man?
Milton Harvey, assistant director of bands and instructor.
What's happening, bro?
Hugh Sterling, assistant band director, percussion instructor, media team director.
Yeah, and technology expert, man. He got this whole thing set up right here, man.
Yeah, I'm a man, bro. This sucks, man. This how we rock. This how we rock, and this how we rolling, man. Shouts out to Zenobia Rogers, the sponsor for the Golden Girls. Shouts out to Steve Harper. Happy birthday, Steve. And everybody that make this thing go, man. We out here grinding. We working for the SOD.
Yeah. So, we talked about tradition, man. So we can't really just be set in our ways as far as tradition. We got to keep it there. But like, how do you have respect for tradition at Alcorn, but also try to bring something new to it? Like, how do you balance that?
I can give you an example, man. With just with the songs, like, okay, every band has like their traditional songs that kind of like they're known for, that they play each year in and out or whatever. That kind of becomes their staple. Every HBCU band has those. Well, this year I decided to rejuvenate some songs that we played years back that hadn't been played in a while, with the Torture and with the Slow Love. Those songs were part of our tradition. Like, a lot of people don't know, man. Alcorn was one of the first bands that really put Torture on the map, playing it yearly like that back in the late 90s, man. So, that was one of the things I wanted to bring back. That's our tradition. A lot of old heads ask for that. Also, man, with field shows, old heads, alumni, they remember formations. They remember, different intricate things in the field show that they have seen over time. So, I think if we could incorporate some of those elements that folks got accustomed to seeing, and bridge that with some of the newer things that's happening, that's a way to stay relevant and also, still being true to tradition. So I think by those things, the music you play and the field shows and of course, the intricate things in terms of your style, things like that.
Yeah. All right, real quick, we're gonna go ahead. Let's go backwards real quick, man. Brother Harvey, go ahead and give us a little bit of more info, man. So we talked about J5 versus Fab with y'all the Fab 4, right?
Funky Four, yes,
Funky
sir.
Four, my bad. Okay, so the history that when I say history, the word on the street is that J5 initiated this style, man. Anybody else is trying to be like J5. So you saying otherwise, man? What's the history on as far as you're concerned?
To be honest, like Jackson has their style, Alcorn has their style. If you, I really used to speak to one of our old heads a lot. Michael Harper, who is currently in Atlanta right now. I call him on a daily basis, trying to get, a little more info about the drum majors, a little more history about the drum majors. And, he would inform me like, Alcorn would come up with certain things that you would see these other schools doing. Especially like in the 90s, late 80s, when these guy groups were big and they would dance in the videos. Alcorn would do the same thing. You can even go back and look at some of the older clips where Alcorn would do an entire dance routine to what you might have just seen on MTV or on BET. And so the drum majors, they would do the same thing. And they would also implement those routines in their parade marches. It's just that some of that might have died down between the early 2000s and once, media got big and YouTube, and it's like, okay, well, I see Jackson doing this. No, not down in them, but I would see these other schools doing this. Alcorn wasn't in the limelight, so then Alcorn gets in the limelight, and it's like, oh, well, Alcorn is just copying. It's like, no, we really just been doing our own thing, just like everybody else. It's just, we didn't get in that light as quickly as other schools did.
Got you, man. That makes sense. I'm gonna have to do some more homework on it, man. But like I said, I done heard from various sources, man, that this style was originated there, including the Golden Girl style too, man. So I'm gonna look more into it. And it's going back over the last couple years or so. Y'all face the familiar foes. You got Southern, you see them quite often, Talladega, Jackson.
Yeah.
But one school, man, that y'all want to say y'all don't consistently see that often, maybe every other year. So it's Texas Southern, man. What's your take on TSU?
Man, look, hey, that's okay. Let me shed a little light on that, man. Shouts out to everybody from Texas Southern, man. Ocean of Soul. I really like the band at Texas Southern. I got a chance to meet and kick it with one of the pioneers, Benjamin Butler, a few times, man, and it was just, I was all ears, man. Man, Rick Lee. And of course, my man Gip, man, you know what I'm saying? So shouts out to TSU. The thing that kind of created, I guess you could say, somewhat of a rival is Clarence Gibson is a graduate of Alcorn.
He is.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
it's you kind of gonna have some. I'm pretty sure he wanted to come back home and show out, or come back home and smash his alma mater or something like that.
Right.
So that's kind of like how the little rivalry like kind of evolved, man, and we get up for him. I like him. I like Texas Southern.
All right.
Pretty good battle the last few years.
Yeah, I watched some of the Mardi Gras battles. I seen the Y'all last time y'all seen each other at a game, I want to say was 2018 though, right?
Yeah, was it 2018?
2017.
Yeah, it was 2018. Yeah, they came to Alcorn.
Man,
they came to Alcorn.
Yeah, it's like y'all compliment each other so well. It's like that battle is like it's always a dope battle, man. So I hope y'all get to see each other more often, man.
Yeah.
So you touched on something just now, Gip wanting to come back and smash his alma mater, but you a Juke, So let's rewind it back a couple years, man. 2018 in Baton Rouge.
2018.
You know what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, so give me a rundown of that fifth quarter right there. In case y'all look,
Man, we was
this was Southern's homecoming. If you're not hip,
yeah.
this was
Um,
go ahead and get into it, Doc.
it
What was
was
going?
yeah, I forgot the date, but I think it was homecoming for Southern, and I was coming back home. Like you said, I'm a Juke. I graduated from there, and I just remember just being excited from the time we marched in. I was late coming in with the band because everybody was stopping me and dabbing me off and stuff. So it was the environment was great and everything. Of course, our football team was smashing. So and man, we got to the fifth quarter, and I mean, it just I guess the band was on. Let me tell you one thing. This is something else too. People don't understand about HBCU bands. Like these students are like get amped depending on who's across that field. You know what I'm saying? And like on that particular evening, man, it was like it's like our students was on some type of juice. And like I mean, they was killing. I ain't gonna lie, they was on, man. They was on, And our song selection, man, song is so important in the battle. And it ain't just about arrangements either. A lot of them folks be thinking that, man, but it's on song selections, playing the right song at the right time, vibing off the crowd, try to satisfy the band heads and the regular crowd, regular folks. So, man, I think we was just on that night. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against my alma mater, man. It was they sounded awesome as usual. I don't hate on nobody, but I think we got him, though. I think we got him. I'm going to be real.
I'm
Kid,
saying,
we got y'all. We got y'all. Shouts out to my boy, Kid, man. Good friend of mine, and B. Simmons. That's my dude.
Yeah, that was the transition year. I think that was Kendrick Taylor's first year as director, wasn't it? Or was it the year?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
2018.
Yeah, do you keep in touch with Kendrick?
Yeah, man, we talk weekly, man. It's crazy because we marched in a band together, and then when we became band directors, our high schools was rivals. So like we kind of developed a relationship, before we got to the college club. I think somewhere on my Facebook, man, I got like a picture of me and him as high school band directors and a picture of me and him as college directors, man. And it's awesome, man. We're really good friends, man. We talk weekly. So that's my dude, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I would say if I had to name a couple of bands, that's one of the bands that y'all get up for. You said that energy comes from who you see across the field.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So what other bands brings that out of the SOD, man?
Texas Southern University, Jackson State this past fall. Jackson State game. That's the big rivalry, the big in-state rivalry, Jackson State, Alcorn. So I know for sure those three games, the band, like, they get that look in their eye.
Yeah.
And it's like, they know from the onset, from that Monday, everybody's on 10. Like, they already know they got to go that much harder throughout the week. So, yeah, I would say those schools, Texas Southern, Southern University, and Jackson State.
Now, what do you think it takes to instill that mentality no matter who they see, though? I mean, because that's the ultimate goal. You don't want people to you don't want the kids to turn up and turn down. You want them to be consistent all season. So how do you instill that hunger all season, man? That's the challenge.
Now, look, band directors ain't going to admit this, but that's a task, actually. That's a task. I'm not even going to lie to you. And band directors not going to admit that, but I think it's all in preparation, all in motivation, trying to, like, that's when the intangibles kick in, beyond just notes on the paper, beyond, practicing maneuvers on the field and this and that. That's when the intangibles kick in, heart, passion, being able to motivate the kids, man, and just letting them know, like, no matter if we playing Southern University or we playing the cows in the back of the school, you need to smash whatever is on the other side of the field, period. You know what I'm saying? You kill a fly with a sledgehammer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, it's a mentality, man. It's an attitude, but it's sometimes difficult though, because kids, we also want them to be college students, so they got classes they got to juggle. They got a social life. Some of them may be part of various organizations, and it's very, very tough, man, in this day and age to run a collegiate program with this generation, because we want them to be college students, so it's tough. You have those weeks where, who we playing this week? Oh man, we playing, whatever school. oh man, they not motivated, they not bucked up. So, we gotta come in there in 10, or, I gotta rely on the drum majors or, some of those section leaders and band captains to hype them up. You know what I'm saying? So
because you know what?
that's my band captains, man, this past year.
Yeah, it comes back down to what we said earlier, man. These cameras is always on. They always on. Man. So it's like you're gonna have your people that travel with this camera, no matter you playing. I won't name any bands, but you playing some band that ain't no competition to you.
Right.
You get there, you go through the motions, but look, you think you're going through the motions, but the next day you on all these Facebook groups saying, "Oh my God, Alcorn," you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely we don't have the luxury.
It's tough.
Right.
It's tough, man.
Yeah.
And everybody can have their day. Every dog can have their day.
Exactly.
And it don't matter who you are. If you Alcorn, Jackson State, Southern University, Bethune-Cookman, FAMU, LSU, it don't matter who you are. The media teams will catch you. Everybody not going to sound like $1 million at every single performance. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real about it. That it happens. So, and with that comes making band directors up their game, making the students up their game. You got to go that hard as a teacher. You got to go that much harder as a musician, so that way you don't have those slip ups.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm always harping on us media teams. We have a responsibility, man. It's like, when we fire up that camera and we hit that record button, it's not just hitting the record button. We have a responsibility to y'all as bands, as bands, as directors, because I'm big in relationship building. You know what I'm saying? So if I make you look crazy, why would I expect you to want me to come back to your stadium to record it? You know what I'm saying? So I think that even the fans, they're starting to become more savvy on who is who in the band media world and who can't record. You know what I'm saying? So
and one thing about us, man, we pride ourselves on just being hospitable. Mm-hmm. We done had everybody come down, man. I done had Rogers Brothers come down to a game or two. Killer Kev always in our band room. Shouts out to my guy Smash Time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it's supposed to be cool with my man HCU bands.
Yeah.
Gerard Howard, man. We didn't. Shout out to MF Cool, man. We partnered with them. MF Cool partnered with us this past fall, man. Did some wonderful things for us, man. We done had everybody but you, E.
Y'all lucky, man, because I'm up here. I'm out here on the East. I'm out here on the East Coast, man. Me, Rogers Bros, and Band Raw. We the only ones out here, man. But we know,
y'all come through, man.
If I was down there, you already know, man. I'll be down there, bro.
Yeah, man, come through, man. We gonna show you some love, man. We not high and mighty, man, and have our nose up in the air. Nah, man. We down to earth people, man. We real cool, man. Come through. We got you.
Absolutely, man. Well, we put together a battle for Mississippi, then we gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So, did you come to battle for Birmingham?
Yeah, I was watching it on the live, man. Yeah. I think that was awesome, by the way, man. How you had like all the Alabama bands and stuff in there, man. Shouts out to all of them, man. Alabama State, A&M, Miles, Talladega, all them folks, man. Shouts out to Mr. Bonds, my man Mario Warren at A&M, all the folks out there, man. Shouts out to Snipes, my boy Brian Knowles, man. That's another thing too, man. A lot of people don't know, man. A lot of us directors are really cool with each other. Like, we talk often, man, and we actually want to see the best for each other's programs, man. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man. Shouts out to them guys, man. That was some really good things that you did, man, with that battle of the bands.
It was a first thing, man, but I think it went very well for it to be his first one. We're gonna try to build on it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So you named a couple of bands, familiar programs. But what are some programs that you haven't seen face to face that you would like to see in front of SOD?
I would like to see. We hadn't seen Prairie View in a minute. Maybe about like 3 years. Mm-hmm. I think 3-4 years. We like to see them. I'd like to see some of these other groups. I'd like to see a FAMU. I think that would be straight. We need to see NCAT outside. You'll be hiding in that dome.
Hold on. You know what?
Shout out to my dudes, though, man. Ruff and my man Lawhorn and them. But man.
Y'all might as well make that a classic, because I swear it's always A&T left the conference, but I mean it's always Alcorn versus A&T for the bowl game, man. So
Yeah, but that's some of the schools we like to see, man, and maybe somebody like a Norfolk. You know, a school that we don't ever see. I don't think we seen Langston this past fall. They had like a little battle of bands in Dallas, so we was able to see Langston. But I think it's cool, man, to see different bands and stuff like that, and exposure wise, and the way recruitment goes, man. These kids be knowing they got friends in all these other bands anyway. So I think it'll be cool.
Well, speaking on that, we in 2020. What year did you march at Southern?
I was there from 2000 to 2004.
So that's almost a couple decades. What do you see in the change in these kids today versus the kids that you marched with, as far as the mentality, the energy, the passion? What do you see? The difference?
I think it's a combination of a few things. I see maybe the work ethic. I would have to say work ethic. During my time, and all the old heads could probably attest to this, man. When we went to band practice or when we was in rehearsal or something like that, like we came to work. You know what I'm saying? We really came to work, and we didn't have time to play. It was really about work. And I'm not hating on this generation or nothing like that. But I just would say work ethic. They just kind of need to step up a little bit in that area in terms of work ethic and passion, man. Passion and love for your organization. A lot of cats, a lot of old heads, especially when I was marching, man, we marched for free. We marched for free. It wasn't no scholarship. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, man, the band paying me X amount of time, man. I didn't get on scholarship till my junior year. And that was because Dr. Griggs had liked me. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even know who the hell I was. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I had to, it was tough times. Now, man, you got kids, they getting a lot of money from these bands in terms of scholarships and grants and this and that. And then you get all of that and they still don't even have the love for it. They treat it like a job, like, oh man, I don't want to go. They dreading going to band practice and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't think it was too much of that when I march, and I'm pretty sure all the old heads can attest, and this is the thing about it. Some bands didn't even practice that long back in the gap. You did what you had to do and you was gone. So yeah, I would say work ethic and just passion.
Yeah. I mean, but there's some band programs that did, I want to say a purge or nothing like that, but even your program, what do they have? The 48 Posse. Remember, I think the story goes, Dr. Griggs, he zipped, well, something happened with the band program where it shrunk drastically, abruptly, and that 48, piece that took field, man, it's actually on YouTube. If y'all in the comments, man.
I think it was 1989, 48 Posse.
But the passion from 48 members, man, it's like you can have 200 members and they half doing it versus 48 that's doing it, man. I take the 48 any day of the week, man. So I think you know what, Eddie? I think we all would take the 48. I think we all would take, everybody would rather have 100 people that's locked in, that's passionate, that love it, versus 200 to 300 where half of them don't. But you get caught up in the number game, and that's kind of the things, that's probably a conversation for a different day. I know we all talk about it amongst ourselves as directors, but you get caught up in the number game. Because let me tell you this, what if you marched into a game, and let's say you got a big old rivalry from the pop off, you marching there with 75 people. And here you got a school on the other side of the field with 300. You know what I'm saying? Not like I don't know. Did you see Stillman? Did you see Stillman that battle for Birmingham?
Yeah, I did. They was holding their own. Shouts out to my man PJ Howard.
Yeah.
Put some responsibility on that paper, baby. PJ Howard, that's my dude, man. But man, you get caught up in the number game though, E, I'm telling you, it's and then that deal with morale and everything else too. And then also, you got politics as well, at these colleges and universities, and, some administrations may want a bigger band. They may want you to increase the numbers. Well, okay, you increase the numbers, you increase more problems. That's attitudes you got to deal with. Some kids, may not be model bandsmen, or,
right.
Band directors got to be real strict, man, about who they let in their programs, the type of kids they attract, and keeping everybody motivated and having goals, setting goals and standards for their program.
But one thing about, the types of kids you keep, man, you know, you set the bar, you raised the bar actually, man. Didn't you? You had 2 female drum majors this year, didn't you?
Yeah, man.
And one of them was a head drum major, right?
Yeah, man. Marquesia Ramirez, shout out. She just graduated. We you know, they came, and I let Mr. Harvey take this one. He back in the back.
Yeah.
I let him elaborate on how it came about with us having 2 female drum majors.
Well, I mean, it's kind of simple. We had tryouts, and they did their thing at tryouts. Like, you couldn't deny them. Like, they did their thing at tryouts. Mm-hmm. And we had an awesome year, especially with Marquesia. She came out as head, just running. She would hit up the staff just about every day the entire summer. What y'all need, what we got to do. Just everything. Then, especially when the season started, it was like, you know, I used to actually teach in the area. I was the head band director for the Jefferson County High School in Fayette, Mississippi. So we would play her high school. Mm-hmm. And one of my best friends was the high school band director for Natchez High. So I go down there and I would see her, and the same way she was in high school was the same way she was at Alcorn. Like, she was just phenomenal. She did her job to the T. Never late, always on time. It was band directors, drum major. She was always right there. Like, she was the model student, the model drum major. You know, of course, she's first spam. You know, shout out to the AKs and the Alphas watching. You know,
okay.
She's just excellent. She was on. You couldn't deny that she was probably one of our greatest. She's gonna hold that name for a while. Like, she was awesome. She was awesome.
Let me ask you this, man. We talked about tradition a little bit earlier, and you know, there's a certain look that you typically see as a drum major. You know, as far as stature, as far as presence, as far as even, you know, females and males, they move differently. You know what I'm saying? Well, most of the time anyway. And you have some women who are built a little more sturdy, but you know, call it what it is. But you know, how do you steer away from that? You know, was that a concern, Mr. Harvey? Like, when you selected your 2 female drum majors, that it might look a little different from what the norm was for Alcorn drum majors?
This past year, you know, I'm sorry, what did you say?
Go ahead.
Well, you know, it's like one thing I actually took it from Dr. White. I went to Fan Music Band Camp back in 2003. And I sort of picked his brain when we had a break. And sometimes you need leaders a little more than you need somebody with a mason in hand dancing in front of the band.
There you go.
You know.
Yep.
And that year, when the 2 young ladies tried out, you know, it's like, okay, we need some leaders. We need some folk in front of this band to make sure that band practice is going on. You know, we don't need all the problems coming to the band staff. You know, if something can be handled in-house by the student leadership, let it be handled by the student leadership. Mm-hmm. You know, and we've already, like I said, I've known this. Like, that year, I think we had 5, and when we had the 2 girls and the 3 guys, it was like, you know, they're doing a phenomenal job because they are leaders. You know, I'm not really big on the whole dancing. I want you, when you say band, that band say, hey, and they're quiet. You know, if you're able to teach that music, you know, do your thing.
Well, I mean, you hear a lot of talk about, you know, I won't name any schools because, you know, we're not here to throw anybody under the bus, but you hear, what does their drum major do? You know, what do they do? You know, do they just dance? Does he just march? You know, so let me ask you, let's bring it back to Alcorn, man. What does it take to be a drum major for Alcorn State? Like, outside of what people see dancing, and, you know, what does it take?
You know, of course, leadership. We got to, you know, you're technically band directors, drum majors. You're second in command. You're the top of the student leadership for the band. You know, it has to have some type of trust between, you know, when I was in school, I was a music major and a drum major. So I was also working with the music majors, teaching music, whatever would go on. You know, you just have to be, you know, top-notch leaders.
Okay.
And you know, you're gonna have those years where you're gonna have those excellent leaders, and they have rhythm. Then you're gonna have some other years where it's like, you know, but my main focus is leadership.
Gotcha.
Like, you can't be a leader and you're falling off. No, can't have that.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, man. So we here, you know, in this weird time of our lives right now. We stuck in the house in this COVID-19, whatever, man. You know, season coming up. Uncertain of how it's going to play out. You know, are we going to have a season? Is it going to be a you know, so, you know, let's say worst case scenario, no marching season. You know, what do you see? What do you see fall 2020? How do you see that playing out, Doc?
Man, we've been talking about that the last month. We all praying, man, for everybody, especially those on the front lines and everything. You know, and we hoping everybody practicing social distancing and staying safe. But it's looking. We trying to be optimistic, you know, but it's just really pointing and looking like, you know, it's not gonna be the same for a while. And you know, we still got to recruit like we finna go into, you know, band camp and still got to be proactive. But it's looking real bleak. It's looking real bleak, and I just see it all depends on the NCAA. I think that's a lot of universities going to take maybe a page or something, or take their cue from the NCAA in terms of sports and the you know, activities like band and everything else, because they're talking about now, you know, possibly doing sports, but you know, without fans. So you know, if they don't have any fans, you know, they ain't finna have no band in there.
Yeah.
You know, and then,
but I mean, I'm trying to wrap my mind around it, man. It's like, you know, I can see, okay, band season comes around. Let's say, all right, no more indoor rehearsals. We're gonna have outdoor rehearsals. Everybody space themselves apart. Okay, that's doable if the weather's nice. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, we can. But then you talk about game day. You know, you try to space out a 250-piece band in the stands, you done took up the whole home side by that point. You know what I'm saying? So
I know, right? I don't see it, and then you'd have to look at testing too. So I'm thinking they may do something like we're gonna do the bands, but only, you know, maybe 25, 30 members, and then you got to 25. So now everybody has a pep band.
Yeah.
You know, you can imagine a fall with that. You know, a pep band, a representation of the big band. You know, for maybe half of the games, because you got to get tested every week. You know, every other. You know, it's just a lot to think about. So we all playing it by ear, hoping for a season. It's looking real bleak, man.
So, you know, you got some incoming freshmen, man. What do you tell these kids, man, to keep them motivated, man? They done waited their whole high school career. I'm ready to go march for SOD, man. What do you tell them to keep them motivated, man? Just to kind of keep them on their horn? Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it's still all systems go. We still planning like we gonna have a fall. We still preparing like we all systems go in terms of band camp and everything. You know, that's the best way we could do it. You know, just be proactive. And also, you know, we keep in contact with them, you know, weekly. We got our Zoom set up. Shouts out to all the students that already been confirmed. We still got slots available. Y'all hit me up ASAP. We do have scholarships available. But we just try to keep them motivated, man. Try to keep them motivated. We also taking this time to find out more about them. Mm-hmm. You know, being that everything is virtual now and not in person, it gives us, you know, time to like really, you know, ask some intricate questions, you know, make sure their family is okay, ask them, you know, what they like to do in their spare time, and just kind of get to know them like that, you know, and just try to make them feel comfortable as much as we can. Because, you know, also these kids, a lot of them not having a graduation. You know, you go to school all this time and you're not even walking across the stage, you know, so they dealing with a lot of stuff, man. And, you know, the best thing we could do is just be there for them and try to encourage them and, you know, try to keep them motivated and hyped.
Yeah. I think one of the motto that I kind of live by, man, the key to success is action. You know what I'm saying? So whatever that looks like to you, if you watching this, you a high school student, man, don't wait. You know what I'm saying? Stay on top of your horn. Whether, you know,
right.
Stay playing, man. Don't think, I'm good. 2021 to be here. I got a whole year to get. You don't, man. You gotta stay ready. They said you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready, man. So if you a high school, right? Exactly.
And, so I think Mr. Taylor had went live a couple of weeks back and was talking about that, about, you know, kids staying on their instrument and using this time to get better in practice. I think that's an awesome initiative. You know, use this time wisely. You know, you pretty much in the house. Everybody's kind of semi-quarantined now. I know some states are opening back up. Stay home, by the way, stay home.
Yeah.
But, you know, use this time to get better if you have the instrument with you or something like that. And something else that we've been doing, we got a lot of kids. We ran into a lot of kids who wasn't able to get their instrument. You know, it's still at the band room or whatever. So what we did, we actually had to like pretty much interview them and their band director. We've been taking the recommendation of the high school band director and awarding scholarships like that, man. This COVID-19 has forced us to do all kinds of things. But that has been working in our favor as well. So if you're a student out there and you're not able to get your instrument for a virtual audition, we still can award you a scholarship. We just would have to interview you and talk to your band director and get a strong recommendation from he or she. So, you know, y'all can hit us up, man. It's like I said, it's forcing us to do things in a non-traditional way. So, yeah, that option is available.
Yeah, we're going to get more into how the high school students can reach out to you and, you know, things of that nature, man. But right now, I'm going to get into another song written by Dr. Martin, man. This is Cruel Summer. That's
my joint, man. That's my joint.
Let's go.
Play that thing. Play that thing.
All right, let's go. Woo! That's some smoke right there, Doc.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's some smoke right there, man. Trump, and that was from what? 19 or 2018?
Yeah, that was this past fall, man. 2019, man.
What y'all feed them trumpets this season, man?
Hey, look. Best trumpet section in the swag this past fall, man. Hands down. I'm not even gonna lie to you. People can say what they want, but the proof is in the pudding, man. One thing I can say though, they really got to work, man, and I'm not afraid to say it. We made some changes, man, at section leader coming into this fall, and I was a little nervous about it. But those guys really, like, when I tell you they work their tails off, they work their tails off. You know what I'm saying? And it just showed, man. They was on 10 the entire season. Shouts out to Christopher Kelly and my dude, man, Kennard from New Orleans, man.
We lost speed. Hold on.
We lost. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Shouts out to my section leads, my trumpet section lead, Christopher Kelly and Kennard and Zuniga from New Orleans, man. They really did their thing, and what Kennard was able to do, man, he was, and this is what it's about. He was able to go back and get some of his homeboys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they brought a wild factor, man, that the entire trumpet section was just feeding off of. You know what I'm saying? And look, they had it, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Crazy, man. Yeah, them trumpets, man, they stood out. I mean, the whole band, that clip right there shows the progress that SOD
oh,
is
yeah,
making,
definitely,
man. So,
man. Definitely.
All right, man. So, we know you're the director there, man. If you weren't doing what you were doing, what could you see yourself doing professionally? What would Dr. Martin be doing outside of band, man? It's got to be something else.
I would be an attorney, man. I like to argue. And I like to argue, man, and I like researching stuff and pleading my case and everything. Like I'd probably be an attorney. That was my backup plan.
Nice.
If band didn't work out, I'd be an attorney, man.
All right. Hey, look. You do prepaid legal? Shoot, I hire you. But hey, man,
I know a little something. I ain't paid a ticket in years. That ought to tell you something.
Woo! All right. So we have a lot of kids coming out of school. Aspiring band directors. Arrangers. What are some nuggets, man? So give them some advice. These kids coming out, they getting started in their career. What can you tell them?
Man, all I can tell them is, man, work hard, and be humble. Mm-hmm. Work hard and be humble. Don't get caught up in the glitz and glamour of you an arranger, you could arrange and this and that, man. That's only a small part of it. Love what you do and love the kids, man. Love this profession. I'm happy for a lot of these younger guys that's getting out there, man. We got a lot of student arrangers at Alcorn who are eager to do their thing, and we let them get on the podium and we let them pass our music, and it's fun to see them, man, flourish and grow and stuff like that. And one thing I tell them, like, you're not gonna get in the ideal situation. You know what I'm saying? So, be humble and don't be afraid to roll up your sleeves and get to work. You're gonna have to do some teaching. So I just would encourage all the young music education majors that's out there that's doing their thing, that's getting ready to enter the workforce and everything. Work ethic, work hard, be humble, man, and really teach these kids and love what you're doing. If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Absolutely, man. All right, so what we're going to do right now is turn to the comment section. We're going to spend a few minutes and let them throw some questions out there. And we're gonna see, what they're talking about. So go ahead, throw your questions in there. Hey, appreciate you. Hey, we talked about Lonzo. He sent me a super chat, man. Good looking out, bro.
Yeah.
You still. Hey, look, I'm gonna use that $5 on a new mouthpiece, man. I'm coming for you, Lonzo. I'm serious.
Lonzo, man, that's my man. He's been with me a long time.
All right.
Yeah, but if anybody got any questions, man, tell them they hitting us up with some questions.
Well, I'll throw another one out there, man. So you made a lot of strides so far, man. What do you see SOD in the next 5 years? 5 years from now, what progress?
In the next 5 years, man, I really see us. I think, to be honest, man, I think we just getting warmed up. I see us really just getting put on a national stage even more. That's one of the things I want to continue on with what Dr. Murray wanted to do. He always had a vision to put the band on a national stage, man. That was his whole thing, man. Martin, man, we got to put the band out there. We got to, and I think we're doing that. We still got a ways to go, but I see us doing bigger things. Just this last year alone, we've got a lot of calls to do lots of things, man. And, of course, they had some things in the making, but COVID-19 happened. But we was getting invited to do a lot of things, man. A lot of, some big time people hitting us up and stuff like that. So I just see us moving forward, pushing and continuing to develop these students and, continuing with our, comprehensive program, man. Shouts out to all the kids in SOD that's tuned in. Man, these kids, they work hard for us. They not only do marching band, they do concert band, they do jazz band, and, just continuing with, the upbringing of our program and these students, man. That's what I see us doing.
All right, we got a couple questions right here. It says, for Mr. Sterling, how did you adjust to using quads in your drum line?
Oh man, being that I marched for Southern myself, we was only accustomed to using cymbal, snare, tenor, and bass.
Mm-hmm.
When I got to Alcorn in 2012, pretty much it was another learning experience for me. So pretty much that whole year, or maybe the year after that too, I sat back and I just watched and I learned. Shout out to my line brother, Spring 15, out of Beta. My man, bro, I can't say enough about this dude, bro. He showed me the ropes of the quints, just going, day in, day out. My man, Jeremy Ross.
Shout out to Ross.
Man, hey, bro, he was just a model quint player. Like, I was a new dude on the block, so it was almost like I was getting crabbed all over again.
Mm-hmm.
But, Ross took time to show me, like the quints add a whole nother voice to the drum section. So honestly, to this day, I'm still learning, bro. I learn from the students just as well as they learn from me. So every day is a learning experience on both sides, and I've learned to embrace it. It's another part of the drum section that, it adds another voice that as me as a professional percussionist, I add that extra voice with playing auxiliary percussion. And I never realized it and related the two together. Being an auxiliary percussionist and then adding the quints is almost like hand in hand. So, it's like, wow, it's something big. And it's almost like you got to have it.
Well,
to me now.
Yeah, just to kind of jump in there, it's almost like when you don't have something, you don't know you're missing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Exactly.
if you say you come from a program that was known for snare, cymbal, tenors, and bass drums, you made it do what it do with that setup. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so it's like when you got the Alcorn, and so yeah, had y'all implemented it when you got there, or were they already there? Yeah, you guys always
it was
had.
already there.
Yeah,
It was already there, as well as the tonal bass drums. That
Right.
was another island. And not having it all my whole life to jump into having it, it's like, wait a minute, this is a whole brand new sound. This is something I'm growing to like, something I'm growing to love. And now I can't come up with a part without a bass drum run to it, or without a quint part that I gotta hit. I gotta have a solo with it.
Absolutely. All right. I guess this came from one of your students, Doc. She said, Josh Leisha Grove said, if y'all would have a band banquet, who would have won? That's a long answer right there. Who would have won the awards at y'all band banquet? That's probably the staff won. The staff won.
That's a trap. That's a trap. I'm not gonna answer that one right now.
All right,
that's a trap.
We look. We gonna have to answer that in 2021 then. All right. So, how often do you guys get new band uniforms? I don't know what kind of question. Yeah, I guess it depends if y'all need new uniforms, right?
Yeah, I could answer that. The lifeline on marching band uniforms is 6 to 7 years. That's the lifeline on marching band uniforms. That's something every band director knows. So you try to typically about that, midway through that 5th year, you start thinking about getting, either ordering some more uniforms or going in another direction in terms of design and this and that. But the lifeline on uniforms is about 6 to 7 years. So we ought to be approaching that, and we'll probably be either changing our design or we'll keep the same setup with our uniform.
All right. We touched on this a little bit right here. Well, I'll skip one. It says, who is an arranger, Dr. Martin, that you looked up to? Who inspired you? Who inspired you pretty much?
Man, I came up in a time where, I took inspiration from everybody. Of course, my mentors, Mr. Lawrence Jackson and the late great Carnell Knighton, and you can hear a little bit of them in my arrangements, tell you the truth. Mm-hmm. Especially if you listen to a ballad of mine, I always put a little lick in every single ballad that I've ever wrote. And it was Mr. Knighton's favorite lick. Only true people that know the true essence of the music, they can hear it and pick it up. But those are my influences, man. Lawrence Jackson, Carnell Knighton. Later on, one of my mentors, Nathan Hamer, man, that's my dude, man. That's my dude. He also helped me a lot coming to the college level, man. That's a big change, man. And that's something too. And I know I'm going off the subject, but when you go from high school to college, man, as a director, that's a huge change, man. And you gotta learn the game from another view, in that. And we could talk about that afterwards. But my influences was Lawrence Jackson, Cornell Knighton, Nathan Hamer. I love listening to the FAMU bands from the 90s and early 2000s. I love that sound, man. Lindsey Sargent is a beast. In terms of newer generation, man, and in my generation, man, to be honest, man, we trade ideas and talk about stuff all the time, man. I like the stuff that Kid is doing. Kid is a good arranger, and my boy B. Simmons, man, Brian killing the game, man. I mean, he's amazing, man. Brian Knowles at Miles College, man, that's my frat, man. He got some good stuff. So, you know, I like a lot of arrangers out there. Mario Warren at E&M. You know, I like a lot of arrangers out there. But my influences came from Lawrence Jackson and the late, great Cornell Knighton.
I like this question right here. Well, I'm gonna remix it a little bit, but Josh Lisa Groves asked, what was your favorite woodwind section this past fall? But on top of that, I'm gonna say, do you think woodwinds are adequately utilized, man? You know, by you being a sax player, me being a sax player, you know, what do you see? What do you see woodwind sections role in marching band?
I think as we shifted from you know, with everybody kind of being more aggressive and a little bit louder playing, you know the bands are a bit bigger and you know, they're just louder and more powerful. I think we did kind of push the woodwinds to the side to an extent, you know, but I think they add a lot of color. I think they're very, very important. I know I try to make my woodwind parts interesting, and I try to give them a little shine where there's on like a little coda part at the end, or if we go to a drum break or something, I'm gonna bring the woodwinds back and forth, back in first with a little part or something like that. I just think that we could utilize them more, and also too, it also forces you as a band director and as an arranger to up your game in terms of highlighting those sections. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think woodwinds are very, very useful and valuable. I'm a sax player, you know. I like those piccolos cutting through. You know what I'm saying? I think they push the soprano voice in a band sound, man. It's crazy. We had a clip from maybe last year before, from way across the field, and the lady on the clip, it was like a little cell phone video. The lady on the clip was picking up the piccolo voice. She was like, "Oh my God, good job, piccolos!" You know, little things like that. So yeah, and of course the clarinet sound. I mean, they're gonna push those trumpets. You know, so I think they're underutilized and undervalued. But I love my woodwinds, and I always try to give them a little shine.
All right. So Eddie Buggs Jr. said, "Do you feel that concert and jazz band enhances the sound of marching band?"
I think it does. That's a correct statement. I agree with that wholeheartedly. It enhances the musicianship, I think, and the knowledge of the students. That way they can carry that to marching band. You know, I participated in concert band and jazz band when as a student growing up, and I seen the benefits it had on me when I was in band. So I think it's very helpful. It's very useful, and it also forces kids to be mindful and think about different concepts. You know, so yeah, I mean, I'm all for a comprehensive program. I remember a while back, folks was getting into it about marching band and concert band and all that. Man, band is band. Teach these kids, you know, and don't just limit them to one thing. Let them participate and experience everything. You know, marching band, jazz band, pep band, concert band, symphonic band, all that stuff, solo and ensemble festival. When I was a high school band director, man, I was huge on bringing my band to festival every year. Every year, the kids knew what time it was, you know. So I think those things are very, very important in the grand scheme of band and how it particularly helps the marching band.
All right, man. So, hey, Doc and fellas, man, I'm going to wrap it up right here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the live going for about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. And that way, any questions that's remaining, y'all feel free to jump in the comment section and help them out with the answers. But what I want to do right now is I'm going to put on the screen the best way. What's your email address, first of all?
My email address is E as in every, C as in Christ, and my last name Martin. ecmartin@alcorn.edu.
Okay.
ecmartin@alcorn.edu.
And then what's the Instagram? What's SOD's Instagram?
Instagram,
Alcorn_SOD.
Alcorn_SOD. And they also can look me up. I'm EvDog11. That's my alias, by the way, EvDog. You know, you feel me? They can also look me up, EvDog11 on Instagram. Harvey got some tweaked out name or something on there.
Prof.Harv.
You know,
add me.
Yeah, man. And you know, we real sociable, man. If folks want to reach out to us, whether it be recruitment or just to chop it up or whatever, man. You know, these my brothers right here, man. And we all family and man, to be honest, Eddie, man, we appreciate you for having us on, man. You know what I'm saying? I was telling, oh man, let me say this, let me get this out the way before he get mad at me. Shouts out to my good friend Javon Pollard, band director at Bel Air High School in Baton Rouge. One of my good friends, man. He actually a part of the staff too, man. He right there with us, man. I try to get him to come up every now and then. And everything, he's been real instrumental in just helping us and stuff like that. Funny story about that guy. I remember when I was doing the high school band camp, he was the first person to hit me up. Mm-hmm. He was real adamant about just helping, man, and stuff like that. He also does this big thing at the end of the year called Teaching in the Trenches. So shouts out to my dude, Javon Pollard.
Let me shoot him a message real quick, see if he can get on right quick. I'm going to shoot him an invite, see if he can get on here real quick. If not, but
he'll get mad at me if I don't mention him.
It's running real slow.
Man, I get up and he didn't even mention me.
He sure did. Yeah, he hooked it up, y'all, man. Javon hit me up, said, man, I want to get Doc on there. And here we go. Yeah. Let's see if he get on here real quick. But yeah, and fellas.
And again, man, I just want to thank you, man, for having us on, man. We really appreciate it. A lot of times, like you say, geographically where we're at, and just because, you know what I'm saying, sometimes just because of reputation, man, a lot of people, don't know who I am or know too much about Alcorn, man. But we out here doing our thing, man. So I just appreciate you for having us on. It's all love, man. Anytime you want to come down, man, you're more than welcome. We'd love to have you. I seen you just cross Kappa side, so you my frat now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's all love, man. This is for the culture, man. I appreciate what you do. You know what I'm saying? Kids, if y'all still need to audition, we still have scholarships available. Email me, send me a direct message or any one of the directions, man. Y'all hit us up, man. We got some scholarships available, man. Absolutely. So we just appreciate you for having us, man.
No, I appreciate you for being on, man. I learned a lot about SOD, a lot of things I didn't even know, man. We're going to chop it up. I got your number now. You got mine. So, we're going to keep this relationship tight, man. So I did send a message to Javon. We'll see if he gets on, but let's go ahead and close it out. Like I said, I'm going to leave it on for about 10 minutes. Any questions y'all have for Doc or his team, they're going to be in here answering a few questions. I'm sure they ain't going to be on all night, y'all. It's 10. What time is it with you at? 9:20? 9:22?
9:22.
Yeah. So we'll let it run for a little bit, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. This has been the Director's Corner with Dr. Martin and his crew. Thanks again, fellas.
All right.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it,
yes,
man.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, got some questions, Jim?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Type it in.
Oh,
look, they can see you now.
Oh, they can see me. They can see me. Okay, what tips do I have in terms of arranging and breaking down the music? I would say arrange for your band. Whatever band you may have, your high school director, middle school director, college director, your band, your instrumentation, and the capabilities of your students. I would arrange for my band or my particular organization. Arrange for your band, and also, like sometimes, and I got this from one of my mentors, is beauty and simplicity. You know what I'm saying? Try to eliminate having the rhythms too difficult in terms of notation. For the players, man. You got to think about, put it like this: if you can't play it, clapping and counting and this and that, don't even put it on the paper. I seen some folks, man, they be putting their stuff on YouTube. They got all kind of notes connected, the bar going this way, man. That's hard. That's not feasible. try to have the stuff readable in terms of notation, and that'll take you far. And like I say, arrange for your ensemble, your band. Who's this we got on?
That's Javon on there.
Hey,
right
we
now.
got Javon on here, man. Hey, look,
What's up, man?
You his? Oh, you can't even
What are
hear.
you doing?
Oh Lord, what's up?
What are you
folks?
This
All
man
right.
crazy.
Just wanted to get you on real quick, bro, man. Thanks for setting this up, man. Javon,
Hey,
hit
what
me
I
up.
miss?
His phone. He probably got an old poof phone or something like that.
Damn. We gonna get you on here. Jay.
Nah, man, I'm on.
What are you saying?
I don't know. His phone connection bad.
He got a poof phone or something.
A bad connection. So go in the living room or something. Look, we got another question for
What
you,
you got?
man. What's your vision going into the second year of being head band director?
Oh man, pressure, pressure, man. We applying pressure. You know what I'm saying? I would like to take things to another level. I think we made great strides in terms of cleaning up a lot of things, in terms of discipline, in terms of the way we look, and fine tuning certain things. So we want to kind of continue on that. You know what I'm saying? We're cleaning up different things with the band, man. You know, a band is a presentation. You know, we got to treat it as such. So my plan going into my second full year is getting better organized, more disciplined, the look, cleaning up the look, putting us out there on a national stage, man, and applying pressure, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like we in there. You know what I'm saying? And just also I want the kids to succeed, man. You know, I've been real adamant about, you know, grades come first and, you know, graduating folks and stuff like that. So we had a lot of kids to graduate. Shouts out to all the graduates, the SOD graduates and stuff like that. So we want to continue on that path moving forward next year.
Got another question. What's your take on mass bands?
Man, I love mass bands. Y'all lucky this COVID-19
Mob, baby.
Cause
Shout out to the mob. Shout out to the mob.
With y'all sleeping on, me and Brian Simmons was cooking up something for everybody.
That's fine, mob.
You know what I'm saying?
Like we did last year.
So look, you know, Mr. Harvey, he was mob and this and that, but you know, I'm a Louisiana hot boy, baby. So we was cooking something up for everybody. You know, COVID-19 saved a lot of y'all, real talk. But man, I love the mass band scene, what it's done for the culture. Shouts out to my dude Deontay Kennedy. Oh man, that's my man's in them. You know what I'm saying? Real passionate, real cool, real down to earth, man. And I'm feeling the whole mass band scene. It's exciting, man, and it kind of carries over, give us something to get excited about and everything until football season, man. Shouts out to LLI 337, Houston, New Orleans All-Star Band, MAB, Memphis, Atlanta, everybody that was out there doing their thing. Sorry if I missed somebody, Dallas. You know what I'm saying? But I'm for the culture. I'm with it. I'm with all the pressure, period.
How would you contrast the 2018 fall season to the 2019 season?
I think 2019 was a little bit more refined for us, in particular because of the trumpet voice that was heard and came through. And I think we got a little cleaner. But 2018 was a solid year, man. To be honest, man, I was having fun in 2018, man. You know what I'm saying? I was having a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just think we was a little cleaner and more defined in 2019.
Hey, one thing I noticed, man, you know, I done met a lot of band directors, man, and I want to say you are probably one of the more relatable ones, and that's going to pay dividends, man, because the kids they gravitate to band directors that they can relate to, man. And
oh yeah, man, definitely. You know, and I get that a lot, man. I get that a lot, to be honest, man. This just me though, Eddie. Real talk, this just me. And you can ask all my friends, all my homeboys. This is me all day, every day, man. I'm just cool as hell, man. You know, I don't get into all of the hoopla and you know, got my nose in the air. Nah, man. I'm down to earth. This is me all day, every day.
There you go.
You know, so yeah.
That's pretty much it, bro.
That's it, man. Look, E, man. We gonna go ahead on and sign off ourselves, man.
All right.
And everything. But once again, I want to reiterate, man. Thank you so much for having us on. I appreciate what you do for the culture, man. And we with you, brother. Anytime you can come down, or maybe we can make a trip up there, man. The staff we always road tripping or something, man. Maybe maybe you could hook something for us to come up there and kick it or something, man. We'd love to come up there and kick it with you.
I love the South,
Right?
man.
Everybody, you know.
Ain't nothing up here but Donald Trump, man. I'm over here living next to that crazy man, bro.
Hey, that's another topic for another day, man. I'm real political and stuff too. We'll talk about that another time, man.
All right. Hey, appreciate it, fellas, man. Look, it's been a great time, y'all. Hey, everybody in the comments, thank y'all for tuning in. But before y'all leave, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We doing big things over here. Meet me on the 50. Shout out to SOD. Shout out to Doc Martin. Mr. Harvey back there. I forget your name, brother. Brian. I know Brian. I keep saying Brian. Mr. Sterling, man. All right. Hey, look. This has been the Director's Corner. Meet me on the 50, y'all. We out of here, y'all.
Oh, good, man. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir.